was the Word, and the Word was the Son, and the Son was power of ready culture, online. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was the Son, and the Son was power of ready culture, online.
Kwaba, Batusam Hotel. Where dear, when you beshe, F.F.E. Diffie, Yachia Quai Kumasi, at your so a charcoal, a quadrabin quine so. One home Joe here tea. You want a hot way, Dianai. Your normal, standard, deluxe standard, and our executive room, sir. A more Wi-Fi, DSTV, Yankanja air conditioner, a room beer mo. You were chef a kukudama. Ye won kono hwe bia ubenya ye wo ihye mo bia e moda ho aye siesie no abefo kwan so ye wo agodie mu ahodo bia kesi a etumi fa nipa opemienu ye wo hye wudru ye de ma hai so ye 0244 6544 58 0246 505327 and 0241 418645 it is if it was a hotel at gmail.com to some hotel ye feel
Contra 56 ambulance and 200,000 V8 signation. I know what we know vex enough. Oh. We know vex enough. We know vex enough. Oh. We know vex enough. 1212 Radio Culture. Yes, we never vex enough. Welcome to the show. This is an ultra show. And as you know, if you've been following my show, anytime we come on a weekday, it means that it's an additional subject that we think has to be tackled before the weekend, because ideally, this is the weekend editorial, which comes to you on weekends. However, right after we came out of the weekend, we're seeing two things that we feel like we have to deal with before the weekend comes. Don't worry, we'll be gathering all the other issues and we'll come to you again on the weekend with your favorite show, Weekend Editorial. Thank you very much if you're listening to us on modernghana.com. Thank you very much if you're listening to us via the app. I don't believe anybody's listening to us right now on our website because it's still under maintenance, and we do apologize for the inconvenience because it's gone over the number of days that we originally set for the maintenance. However, let me give you an update on that. We want to do a launch, like a relaunch sort of, So we decided not to go straight to unleashing or unveiling the website, but to, ask your indulgence to keep it a few more days so that we can organize a proper relaunch where we can all see the new face of GH News Now, comprising iCulture TV, our online TV platform, Radio Culture, where you're listening to us right now, and of course the articles and the print stuff also on that same platform, www.ghnewsnow.com. Just out of curiosity, if you want to check it out, you can go check it out. But I'm sure you'll be met with a message that says under maintenance. And do forgive us again once more for that inconvenience. All right, thank you very much. With that out of the way, let me welcome you once again to Weekend Editorial. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon. Now, today, I'm going to be dealing with two very quick issues. And one of the issues, normally you would not find on this platform because it's not political in nature. It's not anything like that. And not to say that we only deal with political things. We deal with things that affect our society, affect our social fabric, affect everything that holds us together as a people and gives us an identity. So when we feel like there's anything threatening that, we feel the need for an ultra. So here we are with Weekend Editorial Ultra on a Monday morning. Thank you very much again for tuning in. This is Radio Culture. Now, what is my first issue? My first issue, I will try very much, because I hate being vulgar. But sometimes when you realize that vulgar gets the results then you're like, okay, all right, I don't belong in the gutter, but how about jump in the gutter for just a few minutes, kick some backsides, and then jump right back out? How about that? I'm just saying. Anyhow, all I'm saying is, if you hear some unsavory words, do pardon it, because you can't fight fire with fuel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you are dealing with certain people, now you have to find the appropriate things to fight their folly. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about this guy called Maurice Ampao. Claims to be a lawyer. I'm saying claims because I don't know if he's a lawyer. Most lawyers that I know are way smarter than this guy. Way smarter than this guy. Like night and day smarter. And I have a certain my propoundis on my, I'll tell you down the line. Stay with me, stick with me. I'll tell you how I think he got his degree. How I think, okay? And I know so he has a penchant for suing people and whatnot. If you sue me, what I'm saying is what I think, how I think you got your degree. The same way I would on my okay, can't sense in Huna, Bema, Ama ende, many times say maybe I bet na no ma can't assembly actual no more example. Hold tight. You understand? Yes. Because anything that has to do with Kwame Nkrumah or Sajifono, especially when it has come and simmered down, and you feel, say, you, hey, how dare you, Maurice Ampao? Gina Honum, hold tight. What's the second issue? Mami introduces the second issue before we go in, back to Maurice Ampao and all his shenanigans, all his folly, all his stupidity. Let me introduce you to the second issue. The second issue, and they say, this guy called Councillor Lutrot, right? Councillor Lutrot. And that's what I'm saying, say, this issue, normally, typically, you wouldn't even find me speaking about a certain Councillor Lutrot. But I'm wondering why Councillor Lutrot has taken upon himself the audacity, the temerity, the impudence to be to be like, okay, let me say this. Adinti ena Ghanaians elothi Dr. UN. Na Ghanaians elothi Chef Smith. Na omu enloti Councillor Lutrot. I don't get it. That guy is as quack as they come. He's as quack as they come. And he's walking around carrying some councillor title. Councillor of what? Where did he get that title from? What degree does he have to be boldly propounding all these things that he's been propounding? It's a okan. It's beyond sensationalism. You don't see nothing else. Upon which bedrock is that based? But just like the loud barrels, empty, so they make the loudest barrel. He will shout at decibel 10 when his host, No Krampono, is speaking to him at decibel like 4 or 5 or 6 most. And Councillor Lutrot. And while we're at it, let me also say, Shatawale, please, don't let people like that denigrate your mother like this. Shatta, listen me, boy. Listen me, my youth. And I'm not calling you boy like he's a boy, you understand? Even though, yes, of course, I'm older than you. I saw you in the bandana days and all of that. That has nothing to do with nothing. I'm talking to you as a brethren. Do not let nobody denigrate your mother. Nobody, not in the name of nothing. Not in the name of superstar. You know why? Because that superstar thing, it can be here today and gone tomorrow. Nobody's praying for that for you. But your mother is eternal. Eternal. Don't let nobody denigrate your mother. Shatta, we'll come back to that. All right, somebody tag Shatawale for me, please. Because he needs to hear this. This And I was about to drop an unsavory on this guy though. But you see, the thing is, I want Councillor Lutrot to listen to the sense in what I have to tell him today. So I'll try very hard not to tag him in a negative way, okay? Not to insult him and all of that. Let's reason, Councillor Lutrot. You call yourself a councillor. Okay? And while we are at it now, how dare you go on social media to go insult somebody's mother? Are you mad? And I'm again, walk, church, run. Let's do this. Let's go back to that guy called Maurice Ampao, see what he's dealing with, and then we will come back to this matter, all right? In the meantime, give me a quick break. Well, let's actually go straight into because we don't have time today. We have quite, 2 issues with long audios. Let's go straight and listen to Maurice Ampao on Kwame Nkrumah. Let me give you a brief backdrop. Napo, a running mate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Alhaji Bawumia, came out and said some nonsense about Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, which erupted in a furor of rage and what's the word? Yeah, pure rage towards this guy. Now, the sober heads in the MPP, have decided, say, it's best Napo apologizes. He gave some non-apology, but at least he made an attempt for which some people have said, so, okay, all right, let's sleeping dogs lie. After all, me personally, it pays nothing to force an apology out of somebody who doesn't mean it. Obi can't say me some person apologize. Leave them. Then you know exactly where they stand. Right? Rather than force an apology out of them and then it looks as if you're not even sure of. No, leave the man alone. That's how he feels. You told him your mind. I personally told him my mind on the same show. All right? But beyond that, now, cooler heads in MPP, Ababe said, maybe even Bawumia himself, regardless of what anybody thinks about him, maybe realize, say, yo, bro, Sadia with the Mbwamia Kasami campaign, no. Because now we are spending too much time apologizing when we could have been campaigning. Empty as that campaign is. But still, so they could have spent that time telling their lies around the country, saying they have built 200 airports and they have done more than everybody, and they've done more than everybody. They could have said they have done more than Kwame Nkrumah. Obia wouldn't have bat an eyelid, except for that phrase that he brought in there. Now, and no, that's a Ghana for up picking it up. That's a Asena Kwakoda. This idiot called Maurice Ampao finds it necessary, so Beba back about the reignite Asemno to the point where he's even going further than Napo. Maurice Ampao is insulting Kwame Nkrumah in an assembly of Bekambiadiabaki Asemo Kanutum Sakwawe. It does not add up there. I am sorry. Now, let me tell you that story of how I think he got his degree. Are you ready? Brace up. Said Ghana, your school of law, Makola. Makola, right? But Soka said Makola. Most people associate Makola with the market, Makola market. Okay, Makola law school, but Makola market is like, the bigger, Maurice Ampao Susu Kumasi, or per law degree. Into a share or say, oh, Charlie, okay, and they say the Makola dear and not just a KJT, and not too far KJT, and not calling a law degree. No, I think that's how he got his law degree. It's a hypothesis, which may be. But I'm saying, otherwise, how does a lawyer, how does somebody who has been through the rigors of law school think like this? How? How did he get his law degree? How does he win cases in court? Of course, we know how he wins cases in court because judicial system, how it functions. Enough said about that. Damodi baby amofanye. What you say? Enough said about that. Because everybody knows, say, we have a system of who you know in the judiciary. So that is how people like this can win a case in court. But how does he argue his cases? With this level of IQ. Yenti Morisampao. If it makes any sense, sir, hey, the comment section is open. Let me know, say, I am being the ridiculous one. All right? Let's listen to Morisampa. We'll be right back.
I would choose Baumia. I would choose Jared Kufo. I would choose Buzia over Nkrumah any day, any time. You can go to hell. To hell with your Nkrumah. It's not yes, lawyer Morisampa. To hell with your Nkrumah. Muna Nkrumah ya Mugusuma Musumu. Muna Nkrumah ya Musumu. It's an apollo. Still, without apologizing, people are still insulting Apple for the mere opinion. Say, I believe, say, way yet the day. On open Kuma, no be so open another. No be many womb. Open Kuma. No Kuma for almost more than 60 something years and open. President don't you go on the best of Mama with you.
I call you a lawyer.
Not the other who the oye. Not the oye, no kind of any day. Not the president to swear only about one with my Yamaya Sawako. Obi say no day of Felena a problem. Send it by force. Any other for feeling woman. Now, woman, woman, and cover in it. Look, Napo. What you say, because you want peace. You say we are focused. But not because we can't be people. I can share out there and I can afford anti-wase. I can mean Puaka. I can no more. Oh, yeah. Who's here? Now you UP. And when I say you this is 5 years, the founders of Buzia. When I say Epic Furnace, do this is United Widow, Tea Party night, and we'll struggle for independence. You go find in Kuma traitor. In Kuma was a traitor. I'll be my tea party away and when I say party. Rabbi Secretary, Kekano. I do put you on Team Netro. I'll buy an answer on an April group. Black group say, let's wait independence, but not now.
He has all the hallmarks of an idiot. All the hallmarks. He ticks all the boxes.
The masses.
We know vex enough. We never vex enough. Where we dey in a country where people like this has a microphone and they speak the way they do, and we don't have the outrage that we should have, because Sir Papa we and Kasaya are working. First of all, let's set a backdrop for this person. Okay, this he's an entity. Let me call him an entity because he's an enigma of his own. What I say, he represents that group of people now. And I hate to use the word class, so I won't even use it. Let me use the word group, but you know where I'm heading with this. He represents that group of people now. Omufi baby, and omufu someone bedu baby. Enti no omuf some show say omu yobi. Enti no omu amaka na omu wo baby no free bano. Omu yam kwasia for. Enti no he has to. Kwasia sem say. Bema way. First of all, Morisampa, who do you even inspire in Ghana? Kasama MPP. And that's what I was going to say. This is the same Morisampa. Okoke Kankwasi Asama MPP. They want to tell Otunfomo the chiefs. They want to go tell the chiefs, say, Sakwane dia Owen, Onwan Kasa no did who. He doesn't speak for us. And it's all Kasanas will be at here. First of all, even for you, the MPP supporters, know where this idiot is coming from. He does not even speak for the NPP. Into MPP from Penny for Nakotna Senoa. Cooler heads no decided say omo bekwako. Omo apologize say na asemnenjo. Na omuntimin tour campaign is no. So Penny way has gone to undo all that work by coming to reignite that fire again. Are you doing a service or a disservice to our party now who feel say oh yeah omo bibia mono? Are you helping the party? Maurice Ampao, he's as dumb as they come. I'm telling you, this guy. How did he become a lawyer? Brother, I've seen some fake lawyers who are smarter than this guy. I've seen some people who are posing to be lawyers who are way smarter than this guy. What is in this guy's head? Kerosene? I said the asawa and ye shake kerosene eguso and the what's on his skull name. What is in this guy's head? Say Ufu say what purpose does it serve? Say Asemna Abana the whole entire country from all angles, from all different angles. Abano mababe chime in Asemna Kwana Ekwakodano. You feel it necessary so Besamba Bekese to hell with your Nkrumah. Maurice Ampao, Jimmy. Billy Maurice Ampao. Are you serious? Are you serious? Nancy, you know what? Let's just for the sake of exhibiting how absurd let's go and break down his audio again, bit for bit, okay? This is Maurice Ampao and the stupid nonsense that he's churning because he has a platform. Maurice Ampao, same way. Is it any wonder that even the NPP businesses are not sponsoring your show? Because they're ashamed of you. That's why they even went to mention to say, so Omunimo. Yente Maurice Ampao, and let's tag along.
I will choose Baumia. I will choose Janet Bufo. I will choose Buzia over Nkrumah any day, any time. You can go to hell.
Except for the you can go to hell part. I don't find anything too alarming about that because we know there are people who are not capable of thinking, of perceiving, of acknowledging. Enti na obekache say Kwame Nkrumah. Mama can't the Kwame Napo succeeded in doing. Napo has succeeded in comparing the nation's finest president with the nation's very worst president. That's what Napo has succeeded in doing. Napo chose Kwame Nkrumah, who is the apogee. Like Kwame Nkrumah is the you can't say Excalibur of presidency, of leadership, not just in Ghana, across Africa. And compared him with Akufo-Addo, that's what he did. And I will say, nobody will argue with you because who, as Maurice Ampao, se me nya show him pepe krampo no a, se me tis all can be sana enya me want to be honest with you. My only problem is that you are trying to make that a theory. And we will fight that tooth and nail because what you say, some nonsense argument, no, it was dead and buried, and you want to bring a zombie of it back, we'll push it back in a blood-clad grave, and not 12, nearly like the blood-clad casket. If you know what I'm saying. And I'm sorry, bro. Like, I'm very sorry because I don't want the words like Jiminy and stuff like that to pop in. It's just, I'm emotional at this point. So do forgive me when you hear those words, but I don't apologize for them because it's really how I feel about this guy. Is he a lawyer? Mugula profession anymore. Mugula profession anymore. Mugulo profession and Masi. Yantuaso.
To hell with your improvement. It's not yes, lawyer more example. To hell with your improvement.
No, to hell with your blood clot. To hell with you and your dripping mouth. To hell with every drop of saliva that drops from your mouth every time you speak. To hell with your nonsense, Maurice Ampao. We've had enough of you. Why you say nipa bi wo ho no mo a o magia to mu say sebi they are not capable of rising above their circumstances, and instead of helping them do that, you keep them where they are. To hell with you. How dare you? Wuti hwe wo sori na wo praise China meboa. China unim de omosom. Buddha unim adekro. Unim. Even Mao, names like Mao and things like that. Unim. Of course, you're not capable. That's how I wonder how you became a lawyer. Because most lawyers that I know have that level of intelligence to understand things like that. You don't.
People are still insulting that for the mere opinion. Say, I believe, say,
Point of correction. That was nobody's problem. Him expressing his opinion was nobody's problem. The problem is when he referred to Nkrumah as Simon Nkrumah, which you have done worse by saying to hell with Nkrumah. How dare you? How dare you? Hey, now my ben ye timi and obiti se Maurice Ampao. Freedom of speech in Mompa, so some men count. Because it's a good thing. But it's good when you have rational people living in the land. When you have people like Maurice Ampao thriving in an environment of freedom of speech, that is disaster. Because it means that he can grab a microphone and spew any nonsense. And it's his right to do so, sadly. Which is why we are also exercising our right to come back and rebut his nonsense. How dare you, Maurice Ampao? Screw you, Maurice Ampao. So who sa diebiwe? Who babe catch him Nkrumah say to hell with him Nkrumah? Huh? Koto, Maurice Ampao, Koto. Your case will be a Koto out there. Say to empty. Shell. You did like a not tortoise shell. What do you call them today? Snail shell. After them dig out the snail out of it. That's what you are like. Koto, Maurice Ampao. Who dare you to come and insult Kwame Nkrumah? Say to hell with Kwame Nkrumah. Madness is reigning in your head, brother. The level of madness in your head, has no comparison. If you think so, we'll be about it now, especially in a time like this, Assembly say you're bad, the whole country, I pour out more emotions about it. Now, if we say, oh, we'll be raising it back in a way, say, to hell with Nkrumah. If we don't respond to you, that becomes the current narrative. It's no, fuck that. We are going to respond to that. The current narrative is that, how dare you? The current narrative is that, to hell with you and your bullshit. How dare you? Mumiani Sakwa when you because the other guy so. There's no problem with that. Nobody said there's a problem with that. You are a lawyer. You should know better. You are still wallowing in the gutter. Come out. Munti nkwasi asem. Munti hold on. Munti nkwasi asem. Munti o meba. Munti nkwasi asem. Munti. Mohu Jimini. Your mouth is cursed, my brother. Yeah, and send me on my okay, and no me ma who ni mo. Say what's your way who jam kroma ye. Minim school pa will call you. But I bet say it's about 60% chance. Say uko school be and kroma ne see ye. What fact? Tem highway, motorway soda. Need I even go on with this fool? Need I? Say when who dan kroma ye. Na mo no obi otisu sese ya. Muntie nipa na dwen o. Muntie obi osoye lawyer. Muntie ni rationing no. Say nkroma a wabetwe mu kono. Muntie ni ye nsusu, and then we'll mark it when he starts to bring in the names of Buzia. Na kwa siampeni no wa chere ndia Buzia ye. Ah enu ti yanko bo Buzia din na mayembo nkroma din aboto. I'm sorry, I'm normally not like this. But when somebody thinks that because they have a microphone, they will belittle all of us. We have to match them boot for boot, whatever it takes, brother. I mean, I know say you don't fight fire with gasoline. We're using the right tools to get this guy to order, to bring him to order. Because we are CSM of the highest order. So the catch says Kwame Nkrumah adia obeye and way. But Akufo-Addo, our boy a bo mino, on one kasakache say the next president ebe fix a problem no. Yen train money fans. Na yen share the obeye in 5 months akano. We are boa Marisampao. We are boa. For God and country, people. For God and country. Let people say whatever they want to say about me. For God and country, I promise Marisampa will hear this. We are boa. With Jimmy. Ghana busumfo nyinaa ene ubedi. Trade yampon Kwame nankasa ne ubedi because umpe Ghana ye. Umpe nipa ye. Ukache say Kwame Nkrumah when Kwame Nkrumah has a street named after him in Russia, stupid junk. Akufo-Addo may have named the street after himself in Chebi. Out of here with your bullshit. Kwame Nkrumah has a street named after him in faraway Russia and Bulgaria. What the Kwame Nkrumah? Akufo-Addo ever compare Kwame Nkrumah? Are you serious? Say, Joye and way would ye humpo. Nemo Akufo-Addo I kind of 5 months. No, we fear by more. Ye more no more fans because na yen shed your beye. Who Jimmy ni Adjene? Who Jimmy ni Adjene? Yen twas you see more absurdity. Yen twas so. Nkrofo hine hu no wo kwasea uhu buzia na wo ba bebo ne di no hu no. Marisampa, I don't know how old you are, but me sure I mean you unyi too much biasa uhu buzia.
Because you want peace. We are focused. Because we can be people.
Okay, and to William Senapo actually signed because he wants peace and he wants to stay focused. No, I didn't. And I was saying about stay the hornet's nest, especially at this time. Now we'll be become Pankanyan ye and ka won't change kakra. Na ke be a later on and normal die down. No, na ka wasa no because say me crampo then apoka no crampo then whatever. Na see ya ride on the heels of so I apologize na no. Nipa na wankasa say wo boa no. Wankasa waka sisi say. He apologized because he wants peace and he wants to focus on his campaign. No, what's about Besuja saying we need chemubium? No, with Jimmy and that's what kind of person are you? Obekani more because we Jimmy more. It's na make sure say me, for instance, me who say ebia or constituency of even na ponakasana wokano krano. I don't know of any tangible constituency of people who are inspired by Napo like that. Talk less of you. It is you say what some tangible group of people who kind of more now mobile twice so there. I mean, you say I'm often in their minds, The other but Ghana are shutting assembly down. The whole Ghana shutting our nonsense down. It's only fools like you who will still gather the balls to come and say and reignite it. Of course, there are a lot of people who still think like you. We are not stupid. I'm not stupid. I'm not daft enough to think, say, because of what happened. No, now the whole Ghana thing, say, yeah, Nkrumah is the greatest and all that. No, not at all. There are still people who are latched onto their stupidity. We'll leave it at that. But don't come on public space and try to come and make any capital out of it in any type of way. Otherwise, we have a duty to set the record straight. And if that means telling you are an idiot, just because that is how the people will really understand what we are saying now, I will feel very free to do that, brother. You're a fool.
Oh, yeah. Now you UP. And when I say you this is fire.
Yenyi buzia ye, but my yenyi Kwame Nkrumah ye. Kwame Nkrumah si motorway. Kwame Nkrumah si secondary schools across Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah si corn beef factory. Kwame Nkrumah si Pualugu tomato factory. Kwame Nkrumah Volta, you can't say Akosombo. Kwame Nkrumah roads everywhere. Kwame Nkrumah everything you can think about. Kwame Nkrumah set a model for Africa to emulate. Kwame Nkrumah set a template of how Africa should be governed. Son of a gun. That's Kwame Nkrumah for you. Wait, show us what Buzia did. One, just one. Show us one thing that Buzia did. Bayambo Buzia di mayambo Kwame Nkrumah din. Momu Jimmy Kasa.
The founders of Buzia.
The founders of Buzia. What is that? The founders of Buzia. Oba no keka words na boma no mo so mbedi nechi yakoyo a lawyer na nini as ye miane kon. Yakoyo a lawyer. Don't worry about it. Me ni opposite of yours. Fair ya me. Watch I say. There's nothing wrong with your eyes. I'm just saying. But you actually look like a fool, to be honest with you. But I know people who look like you who are really smart. But you have the trademarks. And then when we pry deeper, you begin to take the boxes. You take them like, they won't take in one, take it, check all, take blick, check it. Complete asshole. Sembio bekabia nyansa bieni.
First, furnace. You this is United Widow. Tea party night. For independence. You go find Nkrumah traitor. Nkrumah was a traitor.
Nkrumah a traitor to who? Afemuntie ni reason ti obekese Nkrumah a traitor no. And join me in a big loud chorus to call this guy a big fat fool. Listen to this guy. What? Omoko fan Nkrumah ba say ombe secretary keke. When you go and you are voting for these people, know what you are going in for. Because when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. What I say? Also, Moko fan Nkrumah ba say ombe secretary keke. Now come on your margin, they thought they were going to bring Nkrumah because Nkrumah was such a flamboyant person out there. That's no yes secretary or tro any idea they know. Then they milk off his popularity. That was their intention. I don't know catch you no. Find by so ombe secretary keke. Afeidie. Wabe trying who be free party name. For example, with Jimmy. If you are talking politics, you should understand politics. Do you know anything called ideological difference? Because no sure say you not even go there. Because in Nkrumah, why he left the UGCC is because he had a major ideological difference with these people. So he decided to leave. And only again, omoko funny by say ombeye secretary keke, which is why they used to even rephrase it as oh no mo try ticket man is somebody stupid. And Nkrumah couldn't have bought a ticket to come to Ghana. Somebody who managed to buy a ticket to go out of Ghana to Abuja, no. Echo School, University, Wahoni Bibiano, won't mean try ticket and sign from Babak. Kwasi asem sa any and everything to denigrate Nkrumah's name. And as I kwasi am penny US about Beja Tumuno.
Let's wait. Independence, but not now. Nkrumah by the
What did you mean?
They have pushed our every button, oh, I wonder what is next. Monkey they walk, baboon they chop, baboon they chop. Them
Muti dokaye. Or say a bro moko fan Nkrumah bae na. Or mo say oh independence but not now. Independence but not kwasia Morris Ampao. Senkam Nkrumah anye doye na. And kaya South Africa and Kenya independence at the same time. Fool. But of course, your pea brain is too small to comprehend that. Your pea brain. This guy, I sure say him balls bigger than his brains. And no, trust me, looking at him, I don't think his balls are big at all. But those are bigger than his brains. Because how can you even say such a thing? Say, Omoko fan Nkrumah buy and Nkrumah say, okay, and Omoko can say, okay, independence, but not now. Now Nkrumah says, so you, and they won't say Kwasi Akasa, won't say Okasa no. He didn't even say what Nkrumah did though. Because when he says, so can't Nkrumah here in Ankasa, people will say, but what's wrong with that? And just not sometime. A boy again is sometime. What the fuck is sometime? Explain the sometime. Stupid junk. Because all Kwame Nkrumah did was get independence for your stupid ass. And you turn around to denigrate him and say to hell with him. To hell with your stupid junk. We never vex enough, people. We never vex enough. The way these people serve a microphone, they talk. We never vex enough. Okay, or that the masses, but then you know, so you than a dada no the dada masses ni koko drew ye. Dada no the dada masses no, a kojifa who did the brain. Dada no the dada masses no, at the industries, any idea about across Ghana, at the roads, at the schools, at the a self of identity, the red, gold, and green with the black star in the middle. Am I still live? My mic sounds kind of low. Am I connected? Yes, 1, 2, yes. The red, gold, and green with the black star in the middle, and my sense of identity, black star line, was established by Kwame Nkrumah. Abua Akufo-Addo in the black star line, Wayne. Ghana Black Stars. It gave us a sense of identity everywhere. What you say? And then you think say it's necessary for you to come and denigrate Osagyefo's name like that. Morris Ampao. Believe me, Chiremante, every single day. Ufani say necessary. Maybe you want the final word on this thing. We will not give you the final word. Because the final word, no, is when Ghanaians of all caliber came out with rage against what Napo said. No, that's the final word. Nti we te say we no obi akon wa hye na funu ho we wabobɔ no we butu no oda no ho say wo kwa no asoro ase twa nanka de no krampo nanka no yo fuck you. The final word no and ye ka kire no. If you feel say it's necessary for you to come back 20 times 200 times to come and have the final word, we will come back 201 times to give you the final word, because the final word is that Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah is without compare when it comes to our history, not just in Ghana but across Africa. How dare you? I feel like telling him more. To be honest with you, because this KJTR lawyer, or say Accra for Echo School, Echo Law School or Makola, or son in Norman on school KJTR, so called law school. Odu honem sa akwa bi te hot tite bookman for ni bi te honoma omukra pen. Odu ano catch omo so obeye law. Enom si otena ase. Kase ketia tafu ahimbonu tafu ahimbonu. Ya kan say bantama. Kasa for 2 years. Or yes, bookman and so kwaye wakeditia. Any man no ticket be so uncle you know a lawyer and not so a lawyer and wakota no din kwasi asem no because so call law schooler and kasasi when obekanye and kawon kanda. I will be back with the other issue.
Shine your eye, oh. So say you go down your grind, oh. More way, go pop in time, oh. Dole, pop in time, oh. More way, shine your eye, oh. So say you go down your grind, oh. No place, cool for this life, oh yeah. Say we.
When you pay, it's the kind of modern kwala. Wabras kunya kwala te forma wunya kunya. She, afi ya kiati yeni akoma. Ube say you work as if you know kana fu akoda. Never. Na se kasi mutini free and I'm a boy. Es gracia wa yonko wa de wa moa. E kwani ne ya kan go matiatra ugu nie go masumo no na ne api.
All right, 1 2 1 2. Let's go on straight to the second issue. Second issue, no, as I stated, normally I wouldn't even, bother too much about those type of their shows now and all those type of their comments now. But this one caught my attention, right? And I'm not saying this to denigrate the show. Okay, let nobody get it that way. I actually have some words of commendation for the host of the show now. Before me soundbite the fear, But that said, let me move on with that. I normally would not take issues of that nature on this show. But I feel a necessary a bit tackle sardine because this one has to do with the very moral fabric, our very moral fabric as a people, okay, as Ghanaians, as Africans, and all of that. Mamumi and Fanoma being Diagro. Now, there's this guy, I've given the prelude to that already. There's this guy who's called Councillor Lutrot or something like that. Not something like that. I think that's his name. That's what he calls himself, Councillor Lutrot. And I've already said, so why are Ghanaians enraged about Dr. Ewan? Now Omuya enraged about Chef Smith. Na akwa winina mhonom so ye Councillor Lutrot. Na obia and question the credential. Odigina so ekeka nkwasi asema based on which families can be torn apart. Nobody's questioning him. And then he trends in Nigeria and in Kenya and in all these other African countries doing some stupid nonsense about sex. I saw a video of him. It was a collection of videos, almost pastors who were doing some type of thing. And this guy was in that collection. He's even being mistaken for a pastor. Maybe because he calls himself counselor. But what am I talking about? Councillor Lutrot say, Shatawale, and first of all, no, Shatta, please tune into this for me, I beg you. Because I know, say, maybe most of what I'm going to say, you know already. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to hear it again, right? Because when you hear it again, it kind of reinforces the message for you, I think. But Shatta, Charlie, you have only one mother, bro. Only one mother. One. Obaba Kope. And Mama. Can I call you Mama? Shatta's mother. Can I call you Mama on this show, please? Mama, I have something for you as well. We will also have to talk. I wish I know you personally. I would have, pull you aside and share maybe 1 or 2 things with you. But forgive me. But I'll also share 1 or 2 things with you as well, Mom. Okay? But first of all, Shatta, you have only one mother. You have only one mother. The imagery, the embarrassment, the pain that goes with anything at all that has to do with your mother, the woman that carried you in her womb for 9 months. No, this guy has no qualification to tell you how to deal with it, Shatta. No qualification. He's not even a woman to start with. How does he understand women's pain? How does this idiot understand the pain of a woman yearning for her son? Akra, what nature one yam for 9 months. We're grown after that. Na akra na benyi no be a world star. Na onenam, forget about other on Sheme and all of that. No, because I'll talk about that also, Mama. That's the question. That's the small aspect that I have to talk to you about. But can you understand, Councillor Lutrot, that a woman who has nurtured her son for so long, na Robons and Banaba be such a big star, no? Sen can you sika 70 and the empoa? Enke wumwa nanka ohuni kakra. Nanka ye den. Nanka ye den. And then you come out with all this nonsense. But you know what? Let me play the audio before, because they're making again. For some of you don't have the backstory to it. Listen to this guy. And the backstory, really, what I'll reveal before you listen to this, and say, there was some video of Shatawale's mother, I understand, on social media complaining about she's sick and her son is not taking care of her, and stuff to that effect, Mama, we will have a discussion about that, okay? Because again, Mom, before we get to the meat of the discussion we'll have with you, you have to understand, say, Wobano in public space, into everything that you say about him, is fodder for somebody's canon. We'll get there. We'll get there, Mama. But for now, let's go and listen to this guy who calls himself Councillor Lutrot. We'll come back and analyze what he's saying.
Look, let's be honest. Shatawale's mother, she's misbehaving. Whether you raise Shatawale well or you didn't raise him well, there is no blessing of a mother that makes any child proper. Quote me everywhere. I repeat, my mother has no blessing for me. Biblically, socially, physically, there's nothing in a woman that gives any child a blessing. Power, the fair. There's everything in the father that makes a child. The survival of Shatawale is because he has associated with the father, and God will never stop blessing him. Number two, the thing Shatawale mother is saying, is it the responsibility of Shatta? It's only a poor, stupid parent that demands their children to take care of them. Go to me everywhere, okay? Me, my father. Me, my father. I will never give to what belongs to my children to my father. I am not sick. If my father is sick today and they want what, and my wife wants to travel to Dubai, I give the money to my wife to go to Dubai, go and chill. My father will die, I will bury my father. My father is listening. This is his station. He's listening.
Are you saying, say, and you said, and more fresh woman, is that what you're trying to say?
Great question.
It's not your responsibility to take care of your parents. It's only poverty and shame. I'm going to take you to a new school. Now, see your employer no SYZ. See, the year now see your unemployment. You see, can go to be away about 6,000. 6,000 or the 4,000 to that bit do job and my man in the papa. That's how I stupidity. See, can be any command of Bobby and the Kodin we tap in their blessing. It is not our responsibility. So when you school, I meet you at them or see me or show me when you sabi. I'm a woman who got a die in the block that I am paying some.
Because like, yeah, what do you think, say, yeah, society? I somehow can maybe it might work out there.
It's working everywhere.
But
You see loud gong, loud empty barrel. Oh my bisa question crowd loud, sensational.
Don't you also do the same for your mom? Yeah, who am I? Andrew Brown. World, the time has come to.
Okay, all right.
Who am I to my mom? So do the same for your mom? Yeah, who am I? Andrew Brown. Who am I to my mom? Who am I to my mom? Who am I to my mom? Will I die as a mother or a father?
What kind of useless question is that?
I will forever die as a child.
Wrong.
So I tell every
You
father,
could die as a grandfather.
never spend your all in raising your children. Spend some and build a proper legacy for yourself. Listen, Bible says that for a father leaves a legacy for the children's children.
system ni kasi Sammy no mo the show mo ma Sammy sorry you know pan to asase already because of the school till for. If my father refused to buy a land because of my school fees, he's a stupid father, and I will grow to insult him. So Debbie Ameka said, if you grow and your father is a certain counselor Lutrot, don't thank your father. Thank your mother that she gave herself to a certain counselor Lutrot. If you grow and your father is a certain Kobe Jimmy maybe, know that your mother gave herself to Kobe Jimmy. And so because James Obi knew what Bashasi because Obaya sit we will bring. What sort of case is this? That is what Shatawale's mother is doing. Who is she? No. Who is she? Can she get a husband to marry her? Is Shatta the husband? Is Shatawale the husband of Shatawale? Yeah, mommy, you know, yeah, papa, Timmy Kofa, excuse me. If she's really serious that the brand of Shatawale was birthed by her, what she's doing is he keeping the brand or destroying the brand? If you are telling us that Shatawale's brand is by your prayer and your effort, what you are doing is it building Shatta's brand or destroying their brand? That every time we discuss this guy, we discuss that the mother has said this. What nonsense is that? Is she sick? Is she sick? She's sick. That's why she's sick. Is she sick mentally? Is Shatawale the brother and the sister? Where are the siblings? Where are the siblings?
Charlie, let me pause there because of time, right? And to be honest with you, I had planned to break this down as well, but I'm not going to do it. I think I'm going to get too angry because some of the things now all kind of, but I hear me 50-50 because I want to zero in on the absurdity in some of the things that Akwa we can know. Maybe we should though. And I'm from Mufu saying.
You are fortunate that your womb has produced a.
I only have a few minutes, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now that we have the backstory, no, okay? Shatawale, Emma Meyare, Enna, wako social media, ako kese, ohiamwa or something like that, and you know, Shatta is not on Fino or something to that effect. Okay, so let's do this first. How about I start with Mama's message and then we go on to the other ones, okay? Mama, Asemna Akwawe Bekan, and this disclaimer. What Councillor Lutrot said, no, sebe enkwasiasem. Okay, there's some substance in what he's saying. I just have a problem with how he sensationalizes what he's saying by giving all these weird examples, overboard examples. That's the problem. Because Asem Nankasa or Canada, there is some substance in there. And that's my advice to you, Mama. Shatawale a public figure. So Utigana. And even if you are not in that generation, in make sure what news are quite around. Only say Shatta so-called opposing camps, right? On your more okay, this one is that and that one is that, and I should be this and I should. There's some type of rivalry, I should say, going on. Inti Mama, all of a sudden, Nasa Oba on social media. You are just giving bullets to Shatta's enemies to fire at him, Mama. Sadly, that's what and I'm very sorry to say this, but that's what it is. And it's assembly Siofia. I was so to me find a way, yeah. And maybe you tried it. Maybe you tried it. I don't know the whole story. Maybe what tries could do point be na a male ain't na uba out na be yes no. Maybe. But generally speaking, Mama, please. When we are faced with something like that, now think about Obane so the same way I was Obane so thinking about you, no. Because there will be Jawo it attaches to his image forever. Shatta is a world star. Now all of a sudden I find so Bosho will baby country be so now images of his mother. What would I make sure? And yet and no a bit disturb on one person so I need to focus on the Ejumana also or ye any scanny be the beshow no ebe affect say Ejumana or no. So Mama, please, who am I to offer advice? But I'm just saying, say please, next time, consider these things also, so that That's social media. Social media doesn't forget, and that's what some of our people don't get. Maybe you fool say, "Oh, yeah, they way enough." No, but social media. Once you're 10 years down the line, somebody will go and dig it out and come and use it for whatever purpose they want to use it for. Into putting your actual image out there as a mother, of such a, an iconic figure. Me pacho, I know me please, Mama. Thank you very much for that. Now let's go on to Councillor Luchot. Councillor Luchot, like I've acknowledged, I don't too much have a problem with the substance, but the over-exaggeration, the overboard examples is what we are going to address. Because I can't say as a substance womb, na ye jitum, na say all the side example. What's a substance? Because now that has become the new standard. Okay, na sɛ me a yɛbɛka nyinaa no ɛna medi kan bisa Councillor Luchot ɔfa ne yɛka ne sɛn ne source ɛfiri hemfa ɛyɛ Bible mu ɛyɛ school bi a wakɔ na wakɔnya saa degree ni sɛ ɛyɛ deɛn ɛyɛ personal experience. If so a deɛn degree of success na wɔnyɛ nti a wɔsɛ yɛtie no koraa mpo to the in the first place, so that we can wear some plastic, you're kind of saying, goggles, knockoffs, and come and wear some funny suits and sit there and spew nonsense. What impact? And as now work on our moral fabric, knowing that people of your people like you you actually have a constituency who is listening to you. Yenjuja asem no kanim, ni who the absurdity of what he's saying.
Let's be honest. Shatawale's mother, she's misbehaving. Whether you raise Shatawale well or you didn't raise him well, there is no blessing of a mother that makes any child proper. Quote me everywhere. I repeat, my mother has no blessing for me.
Wrong. Very wrong. Yejitum say eja eni shiraba in most cultures, maybe including our own Akan culture. Eja eni shiraba. But, Mami Bisao, how about single mothers? How about in Kofua? Single mothers, a raise your more ama successful. Omun your more blessing no wahin for Councillor Luchot. Omunya free him fa. Don't listen to this guy. Obisa na because every sentence be can be a number possible besides all man is source. Because our source way for him fa. Yabeja to say yes. Traditionally, because yes, a jani shraba. But in a situation a ja any honsu swear. When is shraba? Single mother no one can say I taking on the responsibility of the father in addition to the mother. No, that's nonsense.
Biblically or biblically?
Good question.
Physically, there's nothing in a woman that gives any child a blessing. Power, the fair. There's everything in the father that makes a child. The survival of Shatawale is because he has associated with the father, and God will never stop blessing him.
Okay, how about the survival of somebody like Daddy Lumba, who everybody knows deifies his mother? How about that? How about that? How about the success of Bob Nestamali, who never knew his father, was raised by his mother, got his mother's blessings, and became the biggest world superstar of all time? Go to Saudi Arabia. They are using their traditional instruments to play Bob Marley's One Love. Are you mean? How about these? Bob never knew his father. Bob and Shatawale, who's bigger? Number two, the thing
Shatawale mother is saying, is it the responsibility of Shatta? It's only a poor, stupid parent that demands their children to take care of them. Go to me everywhere, okay? Me, my father. Me, my father. I will never give to what belongs to my children to my father. I am not sick. If my father is sick today and they want what, and my wife wants to travel to Dubai, I give the money to my wife to go to Dubai, go achieve. My father will die, I will bury my father.
Because you're an idiot. Because you're an idiot who has no value for human life. Because you're an idiot who does not value the importance of family loyalty, filial love. Filial love. Or start if in a mother so, after you send a father crampono. Send a papa a wa. Na ne yere person ko Dubai ko Chile. Now wo yere no so obi so for this year that wakokofa no. But wo de now have you heard of women who have eaten up their husbands' monies and left them and to be saying no ne yere be gini sika ako Dubai oba no abegya no na ne papa ai ewuko. Sa na oka che say ye. Sa na nipa friend ho counselor. E kire o say ye. Say sabi so papa yare a. Na sa ojire nso so so peso ko Dubai e ko Chile a. Na wuska fama ojire na fam ko Dubai and konko Chile na o papa bewu and they will bury him. I know he's just being sensational because like I said, the substance of the all canon say parents should not depend on children for their, and I think it's sound advice. We're in a system maybe by accident, maybe by default. But akwa to say for, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I'll come to prove that to you. Because the Western world, no, putting your family, putting your mother in a you kind of saying aged home, no, is frowned upon. Western world no more facilities. Ebia o ma me why penny too much ebia because of Juma binti ne den na no wa fa now de na kwa to aged home. So mon hwe no home. It is frowned upon. And so even people who have the absolute necessity to do that, when they do that, they go there every now and then to see their parents. How fucking dare you so because obia wow no what it no what show or then the resources are show no. It is wrong to use the resources to watch them because now they are weak and old and they cannot work anymore like they used to. And you're going to watch them die while some girl that you don't know anywhere because they are your wife, you give your money to them to go to Dubai and may you be cursed with them coming back to divorce you if you are such a person. You'll be stupid as fuck to do that. Family is important. Family is everything. People, listen, everything is based on family. Everything is based on family. The family is the basic unit of the human race. Ofa Bibi, I started with the family. Who was an individual now, who ebusiano, and a babon ton, and a baye, you can say a crow, and a baye, you can say, then there's a baye or mine. So there's nothing more important than family.
This is his station. Listen. Are you saying, say, and he said, and Mofrasho woman, papa? Is that what you're trying to say? It is not your responsibility to take care of your parents. It's only poverty and shame. I'm going to take you to a new school. Now, see your employment was SYZ. See, the year now see your unemployment. You see, can go to be our money 6,000. 6,000 or the 4,000 to that bit people drop and mamma and papa. That's how I stupidity.
No, it's not stupidity. Ideally, no. Nanka was a system and here say odi usika 4,000 bakwa top diabetes a draw ama wo mama na wo papa. Nanka say what functional health system so that when o mama no papa yare, it is not your responsibility. So you are right. Really and truly, it's not children's responsibility. But it fucking is. Why? Because of the same reason why it is parents' responsibility to raise their children. Who are crying as one shanwa, we are a responsible parent. In that same way, we be union as be successful. That's a papa, mame. A situation be more onya hodin bio into ntimi nye adwuma and fan hwe ne ho bio. That's a was kind of one shanwa. It is a curse upon you. Councillor Lutrot. What are you talking about? You bet you to say okay, and your responsibility. But your responsibility. Because it's an unspoken pact. When you papa no, any wo ba ne ba, any papa no papa, any papa. Omunyina, you are joined by a common thread. Councillor Lutrot, what do you know? Say, I didn't know so because you say sabe. O mame ni baby a na wo boefu ebenta. Tell me. It's spiritual. Mother is divine. You say, and now your bosom, eja ye sunsum. And eja betimi shraw as sunsum, and now so betimi shraw as bosom. Unya wo papa and shira, na we nya wo mama di anka ho, brother. You are not complete. I'm telling you that. Unya wo papa and shira, na se we nya wo mama di anfa balance na. It's not complete.
We tap in their blessing. It is not our responsibility.
There be enya beisem. Enya beisem. Esan say bra na oti atakwa me dem na no ne ba ne ti ho no. Ana onye sika nka sebi produce ane na afo bi mu ko Abidjan. Ebi mu dwane gya omo ma ho. Ebi mu ko gya omo ma to omo papa so. Ebi mu di omo ko ma omo papa omo maame. Emo ne ade na omo dwane ko Abidjan. Ebi dwane ko henfo omo beko. Ebi mu ko bibi omo beko. Ebi mu tena Ghana ho a ebe obra omo bebo. Na ono de oye so de ni sika ebe hwe ne ba. Esan so nim se ne ba we die. Esan so nim se sebe entity ya me de be man so be nipa ni nti no. Chala wo se kra gumi. What the fuck is this guy dealing with? Say entity ya me de be ma me ba ni nti no. Na me ne wo bond ni nti no. Obenya ba be hwe me bi. I will sacrifice my comfort today for my son's comfort in the hope, say in the future, I will also be comfortable. Are you fucking crazy, Councillor Lutrot? These people so confusion. Now, so bet me do sika share ojere like he's saying no. Or you be this year or fi baby aba. Obeti me jaiwo akwakofa bema fofora. What is wrong with so do sika be share o mamia? Was sacrificing the comfort amount. Say what na takwa me dan ni mo e di ahwe wa sise wa benyiska. E makakra bro so. Enti bebu na takwa me dan na kempo no 2-bedroom bimpo no so onya the old age no onya baby and relax comfortably. What is wrong with that, Councillor Lutrot? Mo de mo so na pese mo ka bibi sensational na be say ye na mo trending no ebe kumo because we yan kwase asem sebe and I mean say wouldn't the right thing because of what I've said many times. The substance of what you are saying is intact, but the over exemplification no it paints you out to be a complete moron.
What do you think, say, society? As someone can maybe it might work out there. It's working everywhere. But, Councillor, mommy.
Working everywhere have you been, Councillor? Where have you even been? Anytime Mr. Mommy and Bisa with sources, no. Say, have them no when you're there at radio, so all shouting decibel 10 when his host is speaking at decibel 6, no. Where does he even get that confidence from? Society go to Italy and go and see 4 generations living in the same place, in the same house, on a vineyard. Obeko vineyard hono grandfather, great grandfather did there somewhere we are not there. And one say I say banner somewhere not in a wheelchair, no wheeler be so jineni. Grandfather day there, father day there. With their wives, so raising the children, so the next generation them to the who are not with the 18, non-so girlfriend, non-so what's your godfather? What's your godfather? The movie Godfather. That's what I'm talking about. It's typical. The whole family. It's a pride. Let me tell you something personally. One of the things when I was taking my job, one of the things that I put on my requirements is that I want the job that will give me enough room to have a work-family balance. Because what a joy, say, na metenasi at the table, na me manu nyina etenasi with me to eat together and ask them how their days have been and all of that. It's such a blessing. Nintina may sacrifice ways and nyamin pengu because Councillor, you are right. I'm responsible for myself. And I'm trying to set a future where I will be comfortable without having to depend on my children. But God forbid, any yina ni nya ni sa, na so bi edi ankwanko yesa aba no, na se ne ba no nyame ehira no, na oba benye bi. Na so kese obu nkompo akonichi ama ne papa na ne maame na or sacrifice man no, abe comfortable kakra. What is wrong with that? Awa be dina honom aye ho pocket lawyer, pocket counselor, pocket evangelist, pocket everything. I better okay can question say me counselor. Or question Shatawale Mame and Modimbo our body asheni nebo. Meanwhile, you are not there. How even dare you? Now, Shata, at the end of all this, no, I will reiterate the advice that I had at the beginning of the show for you. Why? Until then, let's finish.
Don't you also do the same for your mom? Yeah, who am I? Edru Brown. World, the time has come to world.
All right.
Who am I to my mom? So do the same for your mom? Yeah, who am I? Edru Brown. Who am I to my mom? Who am I to my mom? Who am I to my mom? Will I die as a mother or a father? A son.
What has that got to do with the price of rice in China? What has that got to do with anything? Who am I to my mother? What has that got to do with anything?
As a child. So I tell every father, never spend your all in raising your children. Spend some and build a proper legacy for some. Listen, Bible says that for a father leaves a legacy for the children's children. System Sammy, no more the show, Sammy. Sorry. Because of the school
When who say Asama make this is a clear case of what I'm talking about. We're making a very cogent point. Fathers, don't spend all your money on whatever it is he was saying. And at the Okanupono, he chose his words wisely, if you ask me. Because yes, there's substance in that. Fathers, ebi osika wenyan for be social one kasa so because so sabe osusu ye nipa. And as a one kasa so wunjina onan so obedi enkrapa akoso ye adwuma no edi biasa akwabaka kwakutua obani school fees or whatever. Right? So yes, spend the money on your children, but spend a little bit on yourself also. We're making nice point. Instead of leaving it at that, no, he goes forward to say the stupidest thing you ever heard. Says, oh yeah, papa, na say, because of Oba school fees into one to us as here, we Jimmy for. Why? Then say papa ne wo say also make a choice between say ne bano any scholarship, echo baby. Enuntin wo wugina hwei, me sure so pese ye hwe w'anim ekese wo ye de wo ho animonyam bi ebekwa akofore wo family meboa wumpo meboa entina so bi ehu se oh mebei sika kakra wo ho sika na enso se medi bi beto asase no asande na ko school enso so no se me yesa medi asase na etwen na medi me bana ko school ama na ko take advantage of sa opportunity we AP na knowing said there's a filial bond between me and my son entino so corners obana ye a ebusua entino obetimi aba be si dan ni bi ama me so matenem na se ejane ye ni saa osi we Jimmy asani bia na making you we're making nice point clearly. Then he goes on to over exemplify. There be people uye ni saa unjini uye ni saa uye nyansafo even if your child refuses to take care of you in future unjini you know why? Because you did your duty as a father. Netinka koko to dan no anasa asase no and wato asase nya so in se Ghana wato anya se wato ya no wesi dan na wi o wato asase da ho oba na hwere ni scholarship moto mu nyina man ho aye popra moto obi dem na ye den sana cancel literate say we nyansafo ni a o2 for ho amu na sakwa we tu omfo.
If my father refused to buy a land because of my school fees, he's a stupid father, and I will grow to insult him. So then I say, if you grow and your father is a certain counselor Lutrot, don't thank your father. Thank your mother that she gave herself to a certain counselor Lutrot.
No, I will not thank Counselor Lutrot. But not for the reason that you gave. I'll not thank Councillor Richard because I will know, say, he's nothing to thank for if this is how you think.
If you go and your father is a certain Kobe Jimmy, maybe.
Like you?
Know that your mother gave herself to Kobe Jimmy. And to make a chance of being able to because Obaya sit me will
I can write a whole thesis on that, but for the sake of time, remember we are sliding what I said because, of course, Obini Mobrimpoashe said. Yes, sorry, I'm a fierce enemy of Nkwasiabe, but this is one of the better be in our Obini Mobrimpoashe say. When Mobrimpoashe say now person say wuni machina. Obini Mobrimpoashe say. I was telling somebody say Ga Manche. King Takichuru. Respect, Gamanche, you know. But the Gamanche was my classmate in primary school. How many of us knew Sobeba Baye Gamanche? Anybody tell me? Of course, he's in the royal family. But that's not automatic because there are other people in the royal family who also qualify. Who knew? The king of Koforidia was my classmate in St. Peter's. Nana Dobedi Nana said Nana Otosibo, I don't want to mention the wrong names, but the king of Koforidia was my classmate in St. Peter's. We did not know Sobeba Baye king. Uni mo bring Poashe say Councillor Lutrot.
What sort of case is this? And that is what Shatawale's mother is doing. Who is she? Who is she?
Or can some be, or can some be, but for the sake of time, I just want us to round up on this last point that I'm going to make, okay? And then we move on because I feel, let me not make the point before the audio, but let's listen to this. We'll come back and make the point.
Can she get the husband to marry her? Is Shatta the husband? Is Shatawale the husband of Shatawale? Yeah, mommy, you know, yeah, papa, to me, excuse me. If she's really serious that the brand of Shatawale was birthed by her, what she's doing is he keeping the brand or destroying the brand? If you are telling us that Shatawale's brand is by your prayer and your effort, what you are doing is it building Shatta's brand or destroying the brand? That every time once we discuss this guy, we discuss that the mother has said this. What nonsense is that? Is she sick? Is she sick? She's sick. That's why she's sick. Is she sick mentally? Is Shatawale the brother and the sister? Where are the siblings? Where are the siblings? What is it? You are fortunate that your womb has produced a boy like this.
Okay. Mama Yemfa and Kwasa because meaning by now people's blood pressures are going up and all of that. But 3 elements and then we'll round up the show. Number 1, this guy, how dare he even goes on social media to go and insult somebody's mother like that? Shatta, you go make this one slide? You go make this slide? What audacity does this guy have to go and insult Shatawale's mother like that? The choice of words. Is she mentally... Shatta, me, I swear. You say you be rude boy, you be whatever. If you make this thing slide, I will lose it all for you, I swear. At the very least, I need a verbal response, at the very least. Because this guy has totally disrespected your mother. Shatta, I have the message for you at the end. So let me not go there yet. Let me still deal with Councillor Lutrot. Councillor Lutrot say, Shatawale's mother should go and get married. Councillor Lutrot, into what Ghana hobby? Unim say your society more, even young girls in Pono, they're having issues finding husbands. Are you aware of this? How easy is it for Matisa Maminidi over 70 years? How easy is it for somebody who is at that age to find a husband? And are you saying that she should just go to marry for marrying's sake? When you, call yourself a counselor, and you know, say many other things go into that thing called marriage. And he had the effrontery to use Gifty Auntie's mother-in-law as an example. Do you know her circumstances? Maybe she has been dating this person for a while. And they decided to say, okay, in our old age, let's just make it legal and just maybe they have the resources. So me worry no much more comfortably without each one depending on each other. But we will say Uncle worry because she needs financial support. Meaning, say, who as a counselor, somebody who calls yourself a counselor, you are saying somebody should go and marry somebody because they need financial support. This is the advice you give people who rely on you as a counselor. Number two, and back to the same number one. How dare you again? Say obi maame a wawo no no. Who full say maame no eba social media ebe can be against ono akasa ne ba e wrong. But wo obetimi aba social media aba be didi na tem. How dare you? How dare you? Maame na ono akasa awo ne ba no. Ontimi mba social media embe ka asema e ha no. But who betimi aba social media abedidi maame na tem. Shatter. For the dignity of the womb that bore you, brother. For the dignity of the womb that bore you. If you can't say anything or say, or money choices. How fucking dare you? Who now be my choices? Who in the circumstances? Who in many circumstances? Obi tanya ni suno motis or hiane ba. And I make an emphasis sending to chain. And I make an mama. Sometimes you so can declare that man for what is really going on with you. Because people are making it look like Ubani Sika or whatever. And this Sika keke, I don't believe so. Or Hona Kashatawale a banning chain as a son. No, I best run. You should say can I come about junior? Shut up, ban or crano be our baho every 6 months or whatever crampona. Everyone a lot of everyone the blood pressure crack of form. You don't have a womb. Neither do I. But I'm smart enough to listen to how women feel so I can reiterate it to you, Councillor Literate. Stop the stupid nonsense. And as I bow out, Shatter, this is it. Charlie, fame number two. What I say? Fame number two. And like I've stated already, we are all proud of you because you've sent Ghana to, higher heights. We are very proud of you for that. And I personally feel that this matter should not have been public to start with. It should never have come out to be a thing where, but I'm drawing your attention to something, Shatter. Anything that comes on your mother is fodder for other people's canon. You know what I'm talking about. You know, say you're battling people, right? For fame, for supremacy, for whatever it is. And so in that game, anything, for some people, anything goes. And you know, Shatter. Excuse me. You know, I'm not the one to tell you. Say when somebody touch your mother, it touch your eye. No matter what. No matter what. No matter what. Because even if you don't have that feeling and attachment to her, it doesn't even make good business sense to lay your mother out there like that. It doesn't. Because you have a brand, a solid brand, and you have a brand to protect. Anything negative against you will be attached to your brand. So the more your mother says stuff, the more your mother's images in that type of situation that comes out, the more all of these things happen. It doesn't augur well for your brand, Shatter. So find a way to please find a way. Why me paucho Shatter? Ofane wa. I met you in New York when you came, and you know what? My video on Shatawale is one of our best performing videos. Way back from when Marvin, I was with Marvin. We met you at the airport and all of that. I'm coming back to you again to speak to you as a big brother because I think I'm a little older than you, if not quite. You know what I'm saying? Bro, listen. Mother is divine. Mother is supreme, no matter what. Counselor Literate might seem like somebody who has your interest at heart. That's not true. That's not true. Wo and a wunim omame reality. Wo na unim shatter. Whether your mother has the option to get married, like Counselor Literate is saying. So, like I said, whether you respond to this or not, it's up to you. But I would tell you, please, don't take your mother for granted. And don't let your mother be. Don't lay your mother bare. Do not lay your mother. Protect your mother with everything you have. Protect your mother. Shut up. Please. Protect your mother. All right? Okay. That's it for me right now. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon, and this was Weekend Editorial Ultra on a Monday. I'll see you, God willing, on Saturday with another episode of Weekend Editorial. If another Ultra is not prompted by something in the media that we have to react to, if you know what I'm saying. My name is Kwesi Eson Bakon. I come in peace. I come not to please. I'll see you next time. God bless. Goodbye.
We know vex enough. Oh. We know vex enough. We know vex enough. Oh. We know vex enough. You be serial caller. Your mouth is full of baller. I was insulting elder.